Because In-Depth is covered up by the World Cup programming, we are moving our In-Depth segment to 5:30 today.
Fox 23 evening anchor Shae Rozzi spoke unedited with Broken Arrow Police Chief Lance Arnold about how the department is using more drone technology and even showcasing what they're doing to visitors from out of town.
Joining us back on the program is Chief Lance Arnold with the Broken Arrow Police Department. So glad you're with us.
Thanks for having me, Shae.
Yeah, absolutely. And we always have a lot to talk about. One of the big things this week is Broken Arrow played host to National Women in Municipal Government, holding a conference there. And Broken Arrow Fire and Broken Arrow Police were able to join forces to show the teamwork and what you offer to the community.
Yeah, it was a great event, and we got to highlight really our use of technology and our teamwork to really how we deliver high quality public safety services. And we also got to highlight during the event our 30 by 30 initiative, which I've had a chance to talk about before, but it showcases how we are pushing very intentionally to achieve 30% of our workforce as women at the police department by the year 2030. And so we got to talk about that to these national women leaders in government that came in from across the country. One of our city councilors actually serves as the chair of that committee. And so Broken Arrow got to host that event this year.
And how is the recruiting of women on the police force? How is that going so far? What kind of obstacles are you running into, if any?
Yeah, no, it's really going well. And the obstacles that we run into are the obstacles we run into with all of our genders. You know, just people wanting to know more about how to get onto the police department and wanting to know more about the career possibilities, but also the things that we always struggle with. It's a 24/7 field. We work weekends and holidays. We work nights, you know, and things like that. And so really overcoming some of those challenges and showing people how we can make that work with their work-life balance for really a career of fulfillment.
Because if you're a mom and even if you're a dad, I mean, you just have to have that support system if you have kids at home. And, you know, news is 24/7 also, right. So I definitely can feel the struggle there because not everyone wants to be that dedicated. And you got to make sure someone is before you put them through all the training and bring them onto the force.
Right. Yeah.
All right. And tell us about some of the technology that you were able to share at this national conference. And then that'll help us transition into the other topic I want to talk to you about is drone as a first responder.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we were able to highlight. So we are starting our drone as a first responder program. We have 2 stations set up in Broken Arrow now, and they are going live this week. And so we were able to show the attendees kind of exactly how that works, how we use it. We set up a scenario, which is one of the classic scenarios of an elderly patient being lost, his daughter calling in 911, looking frantic for where he's been, and we're able to deploy the drone and actually show that kind of, it's a scenario, but show it live and how that would really play out, how we use that with our real-time information center, coordinating with our police and fire units to be able to find someone and rescue them. And so we were able to do that. And then the other technology, just the way the fire department uses some advanced CPR, the way we use our real-time information center, the way we use our crisis response team when we're working with the mentally ill in our community. And so those are the things that we were really able to highlight this week.
Now, getting back to drones as first responders, what is it about that technology that helps and goes beyond what you're able to do with just manpower on the ground?
Right. Well, first and foremost, we know that about 40% of the time they're getting there faster than our officers on the ground are. And so we're able to get there and see exactly what's going on and be able to feed that information into our fire department and police officers that are responding to incidents. We also know that we can clear calls that may have happened, or a passerby calls in something and we send the drone as a first responder up, and the drone gets there and it's really not something going on. Or we can explain that it's not something that needs a police or fire response. The same way on structure fires and things like that. You know, the drone can get there before the fire units can start using its thermal imaging and infrared cameras to see where the hot spots are and really provide that real-time information as the firefighters are showing up on the scene.
It sounds like a great use to determine the resources needed and to not waste resources if they're not needed.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. You have 2 so far. Do you think you'll have more in the future?
I think so, yeah. I think these will be so successful, and our council has been really supportive of how we use our technology and supportive of the money it costs to deploy technology. And so I think once we can show the value and the benefit that we receive and our community receives really with advanced technology and public safety, that we'll definitely have more.
All right. Now, sometimes Sometimes people are critical of drones and think it might be Big Brother watching. Are these only launched in response to an emergency? This isn't like a surveillance thing.
That's exactly right. No, they're only launched to high priority calls for service, and they're not used for surveillance. They can't stay in the sky that long, first of all, but they're definitely not. They're very clearly marked as police drones. They have red and blue flashing lights, so they're not used to surveil people or any of that. And then we have the ability, you know, any time it flies, it produces a public record. So if people have concerns about exactly what we're doing, how we're using it, those kinds of things, then we have all of those records available as part of our transparency and accountability piece.
Okay, all right, great. I think people would be happy to know that. At least it exists if they have any questions. All right, well, it's an exciting time for our country. America 250, it's all the talk, 250th anniversary, birthday, 4th of July, all the fireworks, of course, will go hand in hand with that. In Broken Arrow, there are professional celebrations before the actual 4th. Let's talk about that.
There are. So tonight and Saturday, we have our New Orleans Square Block Party. Music, food, lots of vendors out, lots of public safety displays with both police and fire, our utility crews, and they'll have professional fireworks shows starting around 10 o'clock, both Friday and Saturday night. And then on Tuesday, we have an extra Tuesday. We do Tuesdays in the park in June. We had a 5th Tuesday this year, and so we actually are doing a 5th Tuesday in the park. We're going to have our 250 celebration for the city then. Professional show. We're going to bury a time capsule near Central Park, and it'll be, you know, a great celebration.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. Okay, a lot of people have been talking about this new law that Governor Kevin Stitt signed that allows for fireworks sales year-round and fireworks use year-round. However, local law still supersedes this. I know some cities, like for example in the city of Tulsa, city of Owasso, you cannot set off fireworks, the traditional fireworks in city limits. And Broken Arrow has different rules. So walk us through this and if this new state law changes anything.
Yeah, that's a great question. And we do have different rules. First and foremost, the state law didn't change the city of Broken Arrow's ordinances, and so our ordinances stay intact. But we are unique because in 2006 our citizens approved being able to fire fireworks or shoot off fireworks on July 3rd and July 4th every year. So it was a citizen referendum. It was one that the citizens voted on across the city, and so we still honor that today. So on the 3rd and 4th, our citizens inside the city limits can shoot off fireworks. It needs to be between 3 p.m. and 11 p.m. and as long as they're on a hard surface, not on a major roadway. We want them to be mindful, certainly, of their neighbors and things like that, and more than 25 feet away from a structure. And they have to clean up the debris. But beyond that, they are allowed to do those. Now, if they get outside of that time, either too early or too late on the 3rd or 4th or any of the other days, we will have extra patrols out. And we have asked citizens that if people are, you know, shooting off fireworks outside of the allowed times, to give us a call on a non-emergency line, and the fire marshals or the police department will respond and handle that situation.
All right. Well, it sounds with back-to-back professional shows and an extra Tuesday professional show and 3rd and 4th where you can light off your own fireworks. Yeah. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of booms and bangs going off in Broken Arrow. All right, Chief Arnold, always great to have you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.